Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Follow a Sketch Friday Post-it edition. So I do sketches on Post-it notes, and this one is the one we're going to do today. It is a 3-photo sketch. However, I'm going to do 2 because, you know, I do what I want, and obviously I can't follow the sketch exactly on the first one back. So I'm going to be scrapbooking these 2 photos. They are photos of things in Alcatraz, so let's see what I can do. All right, guys, I am so excited that Follow Sketch Friday is back, and I am just thrilled to bits. I basically said the same thing twice, but that's okay. Now I'm using these 2 photos here, and the sketch calls for 3, but that's okay. Sketch is just a suggestion. It's a starting off point. So you could either follow a sketch exactly, you can follow it kind of, or you could get inspiration off of something and do it that way. Now, I was very sparing in my sketch. There's no embellishment on the sketch whatsoever. So obviously, it's your choice to put the embellishment wherever feels good to you. So I am starting off by taking these 2 4x6 photos, and I actually went ahead and trimmed down the photos a little bit so that I could fit them on the 6x8 piece of paper and use that as a photo mat. Now that I have done that, daggone, I need new glasses. And I think I say this every couple of videos. Now I've gone ahead and got that photo mat down, and I am going to build the layout based on the sketch here. So I'm going to use some scrap papers that I have. I am also going to go ahead and use some washi tapes as well. I'm just going to get some stuff going and really just kind of follow the sketch, I guess. I am so enjoying getting my Alcatraz layouts finished. I am feeling it. It's making me feel real awesome. I will tell you guys that I've been getting memories on my phone where I have Disney memories, right, from my kind of last hurrah trip before I started at Starbucks, and I definitely want to play with the Disney stuff, especially since I got Disney stuff in the mail recently. So really want to get on to scrapbooking that. Plus, I need to order a bunch of pictures, you guys. I haven't ordered my cruise photos yet. We're almost to time for a cruise we're going on for our anniversary. There's lots of stuff that I just really need to get my act together and do. Do you guys do that? Do you guys procrastinate on certain aspects of your memory keeping? Ordering photos, probably my least favorite thing to do, because my attention has to be solely on ordering photos. I can't do other crafty things in the midst of it, right? Like, I guess I could watch a YouTube video / listen to one, but yeah, it is a struggle bus to order photos. It's just not the fun thing, right? I love putting away layouts. I love organizing my albums. That stuff is, chef's kiss, good stuff, right? But ordering photos, bleh, like puke, gross kind of thing. Okay, so I've got my layers of washi tape. I'm going to kind of use this little cluster down at the bottom here with some washi tape as well. I've got that big old chipboard that I'm going to use as an embellishment. And then I will figure out where else I want to embellish on the page. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to use to embellish here, right? Like, this is like tools of the trade. There's things like handcuffs and batons and restraints and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I really don't want to decorate with handcuffs or things. And I think I hand drew handcuffs for a layout once way back in way back in the beginning of scrapbooking, when I scrapbooked our first date, it was a joke that we were going to get arrested because we parked somewhere weird. We did not, but I'm pretty sure I hand drew handcuffs for that. Anyway, didn't want to go that route on this layout, obviously. So what I have done now is I'm trying to bring in some of these labels. It doesn't work, right? Like, I don't go ahead and do anything with those labels. I end up getting some other labels though, so that's pretty exciting, right? So I go ahead and get those in there, and now I am going to figure out what other stickers I want to get going on here, right? Like, I'm going to figure out exactly which stickers I want to use. I'm going to mess around with this a little bit. Some of them aren't exactly where I want them to go. So I'm going to switch up some things. I will figure out exactly where I want these bits to go, right? Sometimes you just don't know until you try things. Like, I've got these tags here, and I'm kind of trying to figure out where exactly it should go. I'm trying to figure out which tag should be kind of the top tag versus the bottom tag. There's just a lot of things that are going on here, and ultimately I do figure that out. Now, the tag holes are going to be naked for a hot minute, but they will be filled by the time the layout is finished. So don't worry, you pretty little heads, not going to have to worry about that whatsoever. So now I am trying to figure out what other little bits I can add to embellish this layout, right? Ultimately, I do decide on this stamp. However, I don't like the price in the center or in that corner. So I am going to figure out a way to camouflage that and cover that up. I almost went with this flare badge right here, but it is way brighter than everything else in the layout. And it was just too much, right? So I decided that I wasn't going to worry about that. And I am going to bring in this kind of metal thing here. And then I'm like, do I bring in the metal tag? Do I bring in the small metal thing? Like, what exactly am I doing right here? I land on the small metal thing, and I'm just trying to figure out what in the world exactly I am doing, right? Like, a lot of the times, if I'm working on a portion of the layout and I'm not exactly sure which direction I want to go, I'll switch it up and do something else. Now I'm using that pink paisley sticker book again, and it's got good stuff in there, right? Like, so obviously I don't know exactly what I'm doing on that big old cluster on the right hand side. So I decide, oh, you know what? Maybe I should start working on other things. That way, you know, I'm taking a step back. My mind is kind of getting like this fresh perspective. And I know that that sounds like a bunch of hullabaloo, but that is how my brain works. If I'm not feeling something, I'm going to move on to something else within that layout. Because it's kind of like working on the layout as a whole instead of doing one section by one section by one section. Does that make sense? I hope that that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Like, my thought process makes sense to me in my head, and sometimes, you know, the brain and the mouth don't engage at the same time. So hopefully you're getting that. I am going to add in florally bits because I've got this big old honkin' floral on that, the largest cluster with the tags and all. So figured I probably should bring in some florally bits elsewhere too. Now I am going to also bring in some banner tags, and that's going to make me ridiculously happy because I am a big fan of banners. And I'm an even bigger fan when I don't have to cut them, because I cannot cut a banner by folding it and cutting it to save my life. I just mess it up every single time. My friend MK was awesome enough to send me a banner cutter. So that has made life so much easier. But I'm using these tiny little sticker banners, which is perfect because I don't have to do any work. They're already there for me. I do layer them up and place them underneath of that round circly bit. And then that's going to give me a little bit more weight on the page, and it kind of points down to the embellishment area that I've got going on down at the bottom. Now, I thought that my title was actually going to go on the bottom where the washi tape is underneath of the left photo. But ultimately, I do end up switching that up, and the title does not end up there. I thought it was a great place. It's got great wide open space, but like I said, as I'm working through this layout, it doesn't go there, right? Like, your original ideas can flex and change. And also, since this sketch is such a bare bones sketch where it doesn't even tell you where to embellish, there's no title, there's no journaling. It's kind of just like you put it where you want to put it, if you even want to put it on there. I am a firm believer that not all layouts need titles, and I am a firm believer that not all layouts need journaling. Now, if you are scrapbooking a layout for the express purpose of just telling a story, and you have not documented that story anywhere else, then yeah, go for it, right? But there are people that don't want to document the story. There are people that just want to document the photos or enjoy the process. And if that's your motivation, then go on with your bad self, right? I am not journaling on this layout because I have pictures of things that have the words on them already. I don't need to repeat it or anything like that. Like, this is Alcatraz. I also have pamphlets and things from Alcatraz that tells the Alcatraz story that will be in these albums. So I don't feel the need to tell the story of Alcatraz. I am just sharing our experience there, right? Like, that is my goal here. Share the experience. My goals for projects and layouts and albums, they're different, right? In my Disney albums, some of them are very structured, some of them less so. We actually have a book where we write what we did every day when we go to Disney, as just a memory, and it is a book. There was one year that I copied that journaling from the book and put it in the album. I don't do that all the time. But it's just how I'm feeling at the moment, right? Like, it is your choice how to document, and I'm not feeling documenty right now. What I am feeling is some titles. So the title ends up on this little cluster here at the bottom right. I am going to use these clear tile stickers. So what I do for that is I put the tile stickers over the background that I want them to be on, and that I want to kind of see come through. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that and trim that down. And then what I'm going to do next is figure out my life. No, yeah, I haven't figured out my life. It's fine. So then I'm going to add the decorations. I'm just trying to figure out what in the world I want to do to really just finish this layout off, right? Like I am now committing with purpose these florals, and I'm going to glue them down with my Nuvo Deluxe. Now, I was in Joann Fabrics yesterday just to check out things and to see, and they had a lot of their cardstock on clearance, and I got some black and white cardstock that was on a stupid deal. And then I was looking, and they looked like they had some new florals, and I don't remember what the brand was, but they looked just like the florals at Hobby Lobby. Now, I did not go to Hobby Lobby because I bought myself a stack of cardstock, and I took the Jeep, and the top was down. So I didn't feel comfortable leaving the stack of cardstock in the Jeep unsecured, and I didn't want to go into Hobby Lobby with a stack of cardstock either, because that's weird. So I didn't go in. Now, it would have been the perfect time because I was near a Hobby Lobby that wasn't my Hobby Lobby here in Washington. But yeah. Anyway, this little sticker right here was kind of droopy. It had some droopy drawers. So I'm going to go ahead and use some fun foam and pop that sucker up. That way we don't have any lean off of that embellishment area. And I think I should be wrapping up this layout pretty soon. I'm going to tie the bows, right, in my twine so that I can place them in the tag holes. Like I said, the tag holes have a dollop of glue, and then the string is placed on top of that. Now, for the most part, guys, this layout is finished. Might do a final little touch or two here or there. I'm thinking about splatters, but ultimately do decide against them. And then once that decision is made, the layout is actually finally, for the love of all that is holy, done. Right? So that is going to be my first Follow a Sketch Friday Post-it edition. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to play along, please join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. The sketches will be up each week, and today's was posted Wednesday when I said I was starting the series back up. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.